All right, guys, welcome to another challenge video. This is another thing that you can do to get a 4 on your essay. So this one is about using advanced punctuation. Another thing you can do is use use vocab words from class correctly. Um, I assume you know how to do that. So I'm not going to make a video about it. But this one is about advanced punctuation. I am going to point out that you do have to have everything from the 3 correct in order to get a 4. So in order to get a 4, you have to have a good tone, formal language use throughout the essay. So that most particularly means like no slang words. And then the other big thing, grammar, punctuation, and spelling is mostly correct. So I'm looking for no spelling errors, no capitalization errors. So capitalize the letter I, people. Capitalize the starts of your sentences. And then MLA formatting also has to be correct. So make sure you watched the MLA video and have gotten everything correct with that. All right, let's talk about advanced punctuation. So the 3 that I'm going to talk about in this one are semicolons, colons, and em dashes. So semicolons are like a stronger version of a comma. They still tell you to pause like a comma does, but it's almost like a bigger comma that tells you to pause for longer. So think of something in between, halfway in between a comma and a period. Um, so it tells you that, hey, these two clauses are related, but they are not, they're related, but they don't stand on their own enough to have a period in between them. Semicolons also will never be at the end of a sentence, they'll always be in the middle. So here's some examples. The first two, I wrote it with a comma and then I wrote it with a semicolon. So notice in the first one, it has the word so in it, making it so that the second half of the sentence can't stand on its own. So it does need that comma. It's not strong enough to stand on its own. So if you use a semicolon, both sides of the sentence on each side of the semicolon need to be strong enough to stand on their own, but they do have to be related to each other. That's the test for a semicolon. So you can see, I have a big test tomorrow. I can't go out tonight. Both sides of the semicolon are related, but they could stand on their own. So I could say, I have a big test tomorrow, period. Or I could say, I can't go out tonight, period. But they are related, so I can connect them together with a semicolon. We had too many fumbles. We lost the game. Let's go to Wolfgang Bakery. They sell the yummiest dog treats. So notice I could put a period there, but the semicolon just connects them together and shows the audience that they are related. So that's some ways that you can use a semicolon. There are other ways. If you would like to look more into it, you can look it up. Okay, a colon. So once again, colons never go at the end of sentences, they always go in the middle. And colons will go in usually before a list or before something that you want to emphasize. So here's some examples. Stephen King has been busy, and then I'm going to show how he has been busy. He has written more than 27 novels since 1974. He wanted to see 3 cities in Italy, and then I'm going to make my list: Rome, Florence, and Venice. This house has everything I need, list. 2 bedrooms, a backyard, and a garage. I bought a lot of meat at the store: bacon, turkey, chicken, and tuna. So all of these are lists, and then the first example is using a colon for emphasis. So if you would like to learn more, there are some other uses for colons. If you would like to learn more about them, you can also look that up. The last one we're going to talk about is em dashes. There are a lot of uses for em dashes. The one that I thought you guys would use the most in your essay is using it like parentheses. So parentheses are kind of informal. I generally don't encourage people to use them in formal writing. So the compromise with that is to use commas, or even fancier than that is M dashes. So you can use M dashes kind of like parentheses, except for they do emphasize that information. I feel like parentheses kind of make it less important. M dashes make it more important. So you're trying to emphasize that information. Um, so, an etymological dictionary is one of the few books, no, it's the only book you'll ever need. There has been an increase, though fiercely opposed by many people, in alternative education practices. He was going to call off the project, or was he, when the client increased the payment. Traveling, that is, traveling by public transit, can be a relaxing activity if you bring music and reading material along with you. So you guys can see they're kind of used like parentheses, but all of these have been emphasized. They're kind of an important part of the sentence. I love M dashes. I don't think I write like any papers that don't have at least like 4 M dashes in it. Um, so yeah, if you want to use advanced punctuation, there's 3 options for